This is the 317G, and we're going to start here at the front coupler. So the John Deere coupler is electric. So you're going to have a black and green tubing that runs down out of the cab and up into the coupler. What you're going to notice is, if you were to ever open up that, there are wires ran in there. It is electrical. There's no hydraulic lines. There's no potential for a leak. There's no crimp and then you're down for the job or DOTs after you because of the fluid that's on the ground. This feeds into our closed-in quick coupler with the red ears that you can see lowering and closing to attach to a bucket and detach from an attachment. Now, if you look at the tracks on the 317, we're going to have a lot of guarding here, which is really nice, and you're going to want to keep the dirt and debris out of here so your sprockets continue to have a good life and not wear. What you're going to notice about the 317 is that this is a direct drive, which is very different than all our other skid steers. So what this does is when you're taking a turn, normally a skid steer is going to reduce the speed on the inside track to make the turn. This is actually going to increase the speed on the outer track, which is going to be gaining speed and gaining ground. So when you're on a job site and you're traveling from side to side and you're taking some turns with a load, you're actually going to be faster in this 317 than you are in the 325 because of that direct drive. So when you come down to the side, you'll be able to see the serial number etched into the machine here. That's something you want to note where it's at for any parts or serial breaks for the future or any kits you may want to add to the machine. So this unit is the only John Deere skid steer that's on the small frame and does not have the removable doors, but you still have great access to the back. You pop open that door, you can open up this top panel, and you have ability and access to everything back here. Something I like to note on all John Deere skid steers is that the color code. It may not sound like a big deal, but when you have multiple guys on a job or a new operator, it can help with fatigue when a guy's at the end of the day doesn't want to make a mistake. The color's nice. So 317 does not have a reversing fan option, but you can open up the coolers, blow them out. They are extremely accessible, and you won't have any issues getting to them. No extra tools, just one latch, super easy to get to. It's a great thing. What you can notice on the back side here is these tie-down points, and then once you close this door, there is a lock. So these back ends are lockable, and you can have your own lock. So it's not a universal key or nothing like that. Your machine will be more secure, and you'll feel safer about leaving the job site. On the other side of the skid steer, you're going to notice these plates right here. You can take these bolts off, take that plate off, and it'll give you access to your battery. It is very accessible once you've taken that off. The only time you may ever run into any issues is if you add counterweights to this machine and then need access here. It's not a problem, it just adds a little bit more work to getting to the machines. So on the 317, you're going to see that John Deere ran their hoses in the boom and out to the front, which is really nice. Saves for, you're not going to have any hang up, you're not going to have any debris grabbing onto them. Keeps them protected, keeps them inside the machine. And once you come to the front, you will see where those hoses come out. Here's your hydraulic attachment hookups. And as you can see, currently I have wrapped this hose in here, but if you're going to send a machine out with hydraulic attachments, there is an extra bar that can be put on here to make sure that the hoses are out of the way and make sure that they're not going to get hooked up on anything. It's not a super expensive attachment to add on there, but it is something that will be worth the while. And that's a 317 in a nutshell. So for any questions and any more details, please contact your local James River Equipment dealer.